All righty. We are going to watch a film study for, this is for David and for Derrick. And what we're going to watch is, it's a three jab drill. Three jab drill is I throw three jabs, then you throw three jabs. It's just back and forth. I go, you go, just three jabs. They can go head, chest, belly. So that's the drill. And I found there's a lot of good things in this exchange, and there's a lot of things that also need work. And what we'll do is we'll take a look at and go over all of it. All right, so we'll get right to it. We'll bring this down. Let's get this show started. All right, so we've got David here in the black, Derrick in the white headgear with the red gloves, and let's just take a look. All right, so let me start that over again. So that right there, I love that sort of position. If you watch what David does with his lead glove at the end of that exchange, right there. So even though it's so subtle, it's just it's glove control, it's occupying space, and what that does is it keeps David in control. I just think that's such a good and smart thing to do. And if you look at what Derrick was doing, I love that. So those are the glove touches. We've talked about controlling the air, gloves, and them, or punching the air, punching the gloves, punching them. And this is a piece of that, which beautiful work. So right here, Derrick is on the defense part of the drill right now. David's throwing his three jabs, and he touches the glove, just subtle touches to the gloves. And again, it took David a long time to get something going. And before I just so I comment, David, you could on that again. These are pushy jabs, and we really got to watch out for the push jab. A little bit of a push. And on that, you could see that was just such a push, and it appears to have moved you back rather than you moving back. It looks like you push yourself back, which I know isn't the case, but it just has that look to it. Now, this moment I don't like. What happens here is Derrick, great job on landing those jabs, boom, boom, boom. But then what happens is you give him the gift of space. What you do is you give him space. He needs to create space. I'll show you what I mean. Boom, boom, boom. Now, here you have this is where this is a bad spot. One, for the drill, he's got jabs coming. Two, if this were a fight, or sparring or a fight, this is a dangerous position to be in. We're in a 50-50. For this drill, the three jab drill, what I would have liked to have seen is after you threw that third jab, rather than just standing here, is you smother. So either you finish the jab, fall, if you wind up here, go in, either behind a frame or a wedge block or something, or right when you finish the jab, follow your lead hand in. And you want to be face to face. So if you remember the Seinfeld episode with the close talker, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that close talker position. You would have your face, you could bring your head obviously to the side, or tie up. But we don't want to just give him the gift of space. So, boom, 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 and now you just stay there. So you're just staying there, and you're not allowing, let me just rewind that. Let's just watch that again. I got a bit distracted. Cal came home. Hi, Cal. Cal says hi, everybody. Good. One more time. Boom, boom, boom. Now, rather than just wait right in, So after that third jab, here, go in. I get that you're going to go back, but he needs space to get his jab working. He needs space, and you gave him that space. And we're not generous. We don't want to give space. You go right in. You either smother, you tie up. Nice. Now, beautiful. Once again, you saw the head movement, the air control into glove control. So let's watch that again. So we've established the point that Davide is jabbing. And see the head movement, and I love herky jerky. So you've got herky jerky head movement. You've got hands jetting out. If you notice that it's not like just leisurely reaching out. It's sharp and it's significant. Herky jerky, boom, 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 perfect. Let's watch that again. That just excites me. I just love seeing that type of movement. Now, in that moment too, let's take another look here. This is another moment, Derrick, where rather than give him the gift of space, what if you step forward and just kind of put your head on his shoulder? In a fight, you could come in and work the body, or if you're looking to get away, away, get away. You're lingering a little too long in the 50-50. In a fight, too, you work your jab to control that distance and set up your right hand. And I know this is a 3 jab drill, so that's not necessarily the point. But right here, we're allowing, and we don't want to allow our opponents or our partners in this instance to work. That I love too. So let's take a look at that for a moment. We've got a slip, and then right there, see how he brings that hand up? We're a little late bringing that hand up. Daniel, you and I were just talking about this as well. And I say this to everyone too. There are many conversations I've had with you folks. Many times in the gym, I'll yell it. If you're going to slip and roll, you cannot just come up and look pretty. You've got to slip and come up with either a punch or something defensive, or don't come up in the same spot. And if you watch what Derrick does here, he slips, comes back, and then puts something out in between him and Davide. He puts something, it's like a type of frame to wedge block that gets put in there. So we're here, slip to the right, beautiful slip left. Let's watch that again. Again, great head movement. We got a slip left, slip left, slip right, and then that hand comes out for insurance. Boom. See that insurance? Let's watch that again. Slip, boom, insurance. Slip, insurance. One more time. Slip, insurance. Great job. That's great job. Great defensive effort. That is a great job. Now, we've talked before. I mentioned one of my selling points for film studies is we look at opportunities that you have. We look at missed opportunities that you missed. And there's a missed opportunity here for Davide. If we watch what Davide does, beautiful pivot, but nothing put in between. So you have this great pivot, you buy yourself a moment, you get yourself into a great position, and this is what happens. This shouldn't have happened. That just should not have happened. So let's watch where something could have happened. Boom, nice pivot, but What we could have done here is jabbed at the air. How Derrick was throwing those hands out. Jab at the air there. Little pivot, jab, jab. And even though you're on defense there, you could have jabbed the air. It's a missed opportunity. Beautiful pivot, nothing in between, and Derrick gets those punches off. Same thing right there. Beautiful pivot. So, one good thing is your pivots are getting better, or you have good pivot effort. You're making your effort for your pivots, and they're paying off. Those are very good pivots. But it's a missed opportunity to not put something out there in between the two of you. So here we go. Watch this. Beautiful defensive effort with that slip. We got that slip, the pivot, boom, 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 right there. Those could have been your jabs. Now, look here. This is Derrick, I apologize for one of them. This is a terrible position for Derrick. Feet are all wrong, hands are down, and you land the jabs here. There are several things that happen. He is off balance. Off balance. What happens here? You land that jab, or in a fight, you land that 1-2. We'll just stick with the jab. You land a nice solid jab here. What happens is, a couple things happen. One, Derrick gets hit clean and stumbles because he's off balance. That gets into Derrick's head. And Derrick, in the moment now, is regretful, stunned, and off balance. And we've all been in that position. None of us like it, and we know what that does. So it puts him in a bad place psychologically for a moment. Hopefully just for a moment. Hopefully we all know how to let that shit go. In the moment, Derrick's in a bad place. This for you, this builds confidence. You just knock someone off balance. There is no greater feeling than when you hit someone and they go off balance. Even if they're off balance because of their footwork, not necessarily the shot, doesn't matter. We all still dig that. And the other thing, the judges. A judge will see that. They'll see that you hit him. They'll see him off balance. If he falls back into the ropes, depending on your referee, if the referee determines, you know what, those ropes held him up, that counts as a knockdown. If a referee doesn't like the way he sees him stumble back, could be a standing 8. And while in amateur boxing, standing 8s don't count, they don't mean anything, I find that they are meaningful. That they're meaningful to each recipient. They're meaningful to the boxer that is being given the standing 8, and they're meaningful to the one that caused the standing 8. They are not meaningful in terms of scoring, but they mean something to, we all know. We've gotten a standing 8, we've given a standing 8. It just, if you're getting one, it sucks. And if you cause a standing 8, you feel good about it. All right, so let's see how this plays out. So, missed opportunity. Let's go back and watch this missed opportunity. Beautiful move. So, this great setup. Great setup. We did a drill a couple of weeks ago all about the setup. And this is a great setup. What starts it off is that great little, just that little height change, that little duck, that little sit down. That starts it all. It's great. Right there, the little pivot, and right here, those jabs should have been happening. Missed opportunity 1. Missed opportunity. And you can even see Derrick's off balance. Missed opportunity 2. Nice work. So now, Derrick with some really good defense. You could see that, just his glove on Davide's shoulder. So this is a great, I think, Derrick, you lose something here. You're not able to complete. If what I think you're trying to do is a type of turn him, where you get your hand on his shoulder, your other hand would go on his elbow, and you would spin him around-ish. So I like the effort. or at its bare minimum, I like that you put your hands on him. I like that. Right there. That hand goes on him and it buys a moment. Like you could see Derrick, you're a little, you've got great fluidity and slickness, but there's a tension to it as well. You're a little tense, a little anxious, and at the same time, you have some really good movement and fluidity. So we just got to figure out how to get rid of some of the anxiety. Really good. Just I love that you had your hands on him, and he doesn't have a lot. David doesn't have a lot to do at that moment because he can't. And here, so an interesting moment here. You can see David is in a bad position here. Gloves are arriving to where they need to be, but it looks like the punch might land on the gloves, but it's still going to have that impact. And on the one hand, we're a little out of position here, but this is an unfair moment because we're really stepping into a giant commitment. Um, and I think in this instance, in this moment, this giant commitment is acceptable, but this is a big commitment that you're making. So let's back up a little bit. Oh, what I didn't like, you just started to, David, is add lead hands. This whole night, your exits, we didn't have good exits. So we finished here. So we're going to finish in the corner and we're going to go straight back, which is mistake number one. We don't want to go straight back. We could take one or two steps and then circle, go left or go right. You go straight back, but you don't put anything in between you and Derrick. You should have been jabs on the way out. Stir the pot, a snake charmer, feints, something to give Derrick pause to just come follow you. Just straight back. Now you have see and you just out and in real quick. It was insignificant in what it could have been, what it should have been. Jab, jab, jab. That's what should have happened. Or snake charmer. Or I'll leave it there. I think my message is clear. And you know what? Nice exit around the ropes. And there we go. Nice. We could smooth that out some. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on. What was that? Dude, that's the jab. So we were talking about, I think at the end of class last night, you were like, what can I do to get my jab? Because you have a lot of push jabs. That's exactly what you do. What you just did, that is a great jab. It is fast. It is snappy. That's a great jab. That is a great, great jab. Let's watch that again. Look at that. David. Ooh, ooh, and the little head control at the end. I love you get that right there. I love this. If I could figure out how to do a screen shot and not fuck something up here, I would. I've tried it before. I always screw something up. This is a great screenshot. With if on a like if you miss a jab, someone slips, you do this. Why give them an opportunity to come back? The referee will tell you, hey, don't go, don't push his head down, and then the referee will tell Derrick, hey, keep your head up. So it's sort of a win-win, lose-lose kind of thing. What I like, and it's just this is control. This is if when we one of my favorite things is a slip right into a two, where you make someone miss that punch and then you make them pay with that counter. This takes away that. This takes away their ability to counter. This is a great position to be in. This is control. This is control. When we talk about control, head control, this is control. This is great. I want to go back to that jab though. Oh, and Derrick, beautiful slip. And again, one more time, guys. This is just great. And Derrick, sorry, you could see in that moment you have a lot of overcommitments. Just something to look out for. Oh, sorry. One more time. What I want you to watch, I want you guys to watch the jab, and then everything will stop. Like, but I want you to watch. Oh, you know what? We could slow it down. Nope, that's fast. Hold on. Here. Ooh, let's see what happens here. Okay, cool. So I want you to watch. I want you to watch the jab. I want you to watch I want you to watch Derrick slip, and then I want you to watch how that hand just fucking takes control. Boom! Great jab. Right there. That is picture perfect how to get head control on an up. Oh, again. Oh, again. If I could do a screenshot, this would be that screenshot. Derrick, I apologize that you gotta relive this, but look at that. And you can see too, look at Derrick's foot off the mat. This could have been catastrophic. This is a great jab. This is great. All right, let's watch to the head control that comes next. Slip right there. Look at that. In. He doesn't, David doesn't just stop and bend. He comes in to get that total control. Just fantastic. All right, I'm going to leave this here. So we were watching today. We're watching 1 minute and 21 seconds of a drill. The drill was the 3 jab drill, and I think we got a lot of good learning material and things to study and things to practice out of this. David and Derrick, I think you both got some really good feedback. I think for us watching that there's some good lessons to be taken from here. Yeah, I think this was good. So if you're looking for your own film study, if you want shadow boxing, bag work, sparring, fights, whatever it is that you're looking for, a film study, let me know. We'll make a film study for you. This was great. So I'm Todd Paris, Lucky Punch Boxing, and guys, thanks for watching.